Good afternoon to you all. Daniel Miller here. How is everybody doing? It's been a long while since I saw you all here on my channel, and yesterday we started with our season 3 of broadcasting here on Twitch. So first of all I want to tell you, hoping that you're all safe and well at home, enjoying our games online, and indeed still being a very good dedicated members of our gaming community. It's been a lengthy break, and I have been considering what to do with the channel and how to run it in view of some of the suggestions, and also in view of all the feedback that I received from my community members. So I really talked about that at length yesterday, and I described the new concept for the channel and all that I'll be doing here every single day. Basically, we'll be having many more shorter streams that are going to be dedicated to various subjects, and that indeed is going to be the new concept. So we'll have game reviews, we'll have daily bulletin of news, we'll be looking at betas, new releases, we'll have some regular big games like Destiny and Halo, and then we'll be also introducing everything that comes to our desk as we go along. And really we are experiencing an expansion, you could almost call it an explosion, of many wonderful video games floating on various platforms. That is likely to be even more entertaining and definitely more engaging as we get the new consoles coming out around Christmas time from Xbox, I should say from Microsoft, and from PlayStation. Also we'll be getting the new very fancy, very exclusive and exciting xCloud access, which will mean that all of our games on Xbox could also be seen through tablets and mobile phones wherever we are, in addition to xCloud storage, making the need for having our console together with us wherever we went obsolete, meaning we will just need our controller, which needs to have Bluetooth connectivity, a tablet or mobile phone, and we'll be able to crack on. You can be lying on a beach, sitting in a pub, spending time with your friends, or indeed being somewhere in the wild, and with your fast internet connection you'll be able to access all of your games which otherwise you'd have on your console, as well as all the other information. So really many interesting developments are ahead of us. I'm certainly very excited. I can't wait for the consoles to come out, and not just the platforms but also the games that will come together with them. Due to this absolutely ghastly and dreadful pandemic that COVID and coronavirus have caused to the world community, we are experiencing significant delays with everything, from going to shops to the games being released. So everybody will need to be a bit more patient and a bit more understanding towards developers. I know I've seen an avalanche of complaints arising during the last couple of weeks towards 343, as they indicated that Halo, the new Halo Infinite, is going to be significantly delayed and not released as part of the Xbox Project X package. Obviously we are all a bit sad to hear this, but we want Halo, the new installment, to be the very best ever, and therefore it's only right and proper and very reasonable to be expecting some degree of delay. And the complaints emerging on Twitter and elsewhere were indicating that people really wanted to buy it as a package in order to experience the game together on the new console, new gen graphics and everything else. But it is going to be delayed, and therefore we'll have to wait and see. The biggest asset offered through the new Xbox console is likely to be all connected to Xbox Game Pass, and as you know, that's one of the best streaming services on the planet. We get fantastic games, more than 100, accessible straight away after the download, and we can play them sometimes on the release date. And we have the privilege today to be playing this wonderful game called Tell Me Why. You'll be familiar with The Not Entertainment. They had another wonderful adventure game a few years back called Life is Strange that I absolutely admire and adore, played it quite a lot, and that game indeed is one of the best adventure games released in the last decade, indeed also one of the most popular ones. And we've had I think 5 episodes altogether, and this one will be retaining the same concept. So tell you a bit about the game before we crack on. The new streams will not have lengthy introductions. That is going to be done in a separate format with our daily bulletin of news and any other news that are emerging. So our sessions with online gaming and the games that are streamed here will be absolutely focused on the actual gaming activity and indeed our community content. I can see that we have our Stanley here with us today. I already said hello. Our Stanley, how are you doing? Very good to see you, and very good to see that our community members are popping in as soon as the channel is back on. And Stanley's asking whether we can get things to spend channel points on. Well, there have been some new introductions to Twitch in the meantime, and I have to still explore the novelties. I've not had enough time to really look at everything that's been on offer, and you know, we are going to be progressing and exploring some of those as we go along. But the bottom line is we want to be offering the very best games, and Xbox Game Pass is that DEX, and tell me why those are going to be accessible on the release date, and they're also making it preloadable well in advance. I was able to do that already a week ago. It was all ready and waiting for me to crack on for the stream today. This game is really quite unusual because it focuses on some of the issues that we have not seen previously in video gaming, so I'm very excited to see how this is going to work out within the story and its narrative. So before we crack on with gameplay, I'll tell you a bit about the developer and the game overall. So as you know, this game is called Tell Me Why, and today is its release date. There's been quite a lot of publicity given to it. If you're an Xbox and Microsoft fan, you might have seen some of the developer diaries released during the latest Xbox New Games presentation, and they were very interesting. Certainly they made me very curious about the story and about the transgender character that is going to be present here. There are going to be lots of different twists, so I'm not going to give you any spoilers because we want to be enjoying the game as we go along, and also I want to be discovering you know, all these interesting bits which will be lurking from every single corner wherever we go. So without that, we'll have just a quick rundown on all that the publisher told us. So they said this was the adventure game from Dot Entertainment. The publisher is Xbox Game Studios, and I think Square Enix are also involved in there, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, so I need to double check that. And the game will release its 3 episodes across mid-2020, exclusively for Microsoft Windows and Xbox One. So I think this is one of the first episodes that we are going to be enjoying today. We have the gameplay and the story. The game is centered on those 2 twins, the twins you can see on our screen. And Alison is played by Erica Lindbeck, and Tyler Ronan is played by August Aiden Black. They travel to their childhood home in Alaska, and then they have to be re-exploring their past. They have to be discovering things which happened many years ago. And there is a twist there about one of the 2 characters. I'm not going to tell you anything about this. And the story involves how their childhood situation was influencing their development, and we'll be looking through various bits of itinerary in there. We'll be collecting many items left in the home, nearby villages and their former childhood environment, and we'll be revisiting parts of the old home with both of the twins, and then we'll be experiencing also separate visions and memories of what had transpired, and each one of those 2 twins will have a completely different perspective on the activity. So evidently that is going to be very curious and very interesting to us all. It's also brought to my attention that one of the indigenous cultures that is present in Alaska, which is called Tlingit, and if you were looking at the meaning of the word, it looks like we'd pronounce it as Tlingit, but actually it's Tlingit. I researched that a bit, and this is basically the population that lives in the local area where these guys are from. So as we go along, we probably are going to be learning about the people who are local to that part of Alaska, which is obviously going to be very much of interest to me. And the development did take quite a while, and they wanted to have the game which was indeed as good as the previous one and reach the same degree of popularity, as well as the well-known sort of signatures like the in-game mechanics and the interactivity between the characters who are unraveling a major mystery. So they said that Tyler is going to be very, very special, and I'm not going to tell you why. You'll find out as we carry on with the game. And they announced the game already, I think about 80-90 months ago, and it's been mentioned at the big London Xbox event in last November that they will be looking to compare Tell Me Why with the previous release, Life is Strange. And there's been some criticism launched at Life is Strange because the episodes were released at separate sort of intervals, and they will be looking at the 3 episodes to be released during the 2020. So we'll probably do the first one today, and then there will be follow-ups emerging as we go along. They won't be stretched over a period of 4 or 5 years, which indeed is going to be much appreciated by every one of the gamers worldwide, and particularly those people who are very keen on Life is Strange as well. So, you heard a bit about the story, and there's nothing better than us having that privilege, us being able to present you Tell Me Why on the day of its release. And the reason is very simple: Microsoft and Xbox Game Pass made it possible, so it was very easy to download and make it ready for all that is to unravel. So if you guys are ready, which I hope you are, we will be looking at the very beginning of this wonderful online mystery called Tell Me Why. As you could see, we were asking to calibrate to make sure that we could always have the best possible audiovisual display. As this is not really a kind of a high octane, high adrenaline type of game, I think the graphics are going to be also better considering my internet speeds, and we are more than ready to crack on with the chapter number 1, right? So, new game it is, Tell Me Why, and we are beginning really with the very first section of the story right now. As you could see, we need to be very careful with our choices, because what we decide to do will be affecting the story overall.
Hey, kiddo. I need to ask you a few questions, okay? Can you tell me what happened tonight?
I went to show her my haircut. She had a gun.
Take your time.
She freaked out.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It's not okay. My mom tried to kill me, so I stabbed her. I killed my mother.
Well, this was rather shocking right at the beginning of the game. Chapter 1 is Homecoming.
Okay, first, I'm gonna find the keys to the old house. Then, I'm gonna drive to Fireweed, and I'm not going to freak out. Everything's fine.
So as you could see, we have the very beginning of the game. The story starts here in her bedroom, and we need to be finding the key, walking around a bit. But before we do that, I need to make sure that we really get rid of those subtitles, because we really don't want any of those. So subtitles should be switched to no, and that is all that we wanted to see and do here right at the beginning. Alright, so let's see, we have something to examine. It's on the desk.
In my desk drawer, maybe?
Daily News, Police Chief Brown asks Council to reconsider budget dock strike to begin this week, so nothing much of interest at the moment, I don't think there. Look.
I should probably check my email one more time before I go. No, I've already done that 3 times this morning.
There's no need to do that. Time and I against the two. The Shape of Yesterday, Summertime Sweet. 3 different authors. They look like really interesting books. But I think at the moment we'll give them a miss. What is in the notepad? So quite frankly, this is what actually I have on my desk as well. I always have to do book with me.
I can't believe we're gonna go back to that house.
I write down all the things that I need to be doing. And as you can see, she's got a gift and itinerary, snacks and drinks, car keys, house keys. So that's what we really need to be getting. And you have to bear with me, because what I do here also is I take screenshots and then I post them to my Twitter and to my Instagram for people to see, to enjoy the beauty of our online gaming. it's a very, very good way of doing it, and also
I wonder if Tyler will even recognize me. Last picture I sent was from the bleaching my hair at home phase.
well, you see, this is quite interesting because at the beginning we would have assumed that they were literally living within the same vicinity, but this isn't the case. You just realize that they live separately. Yeah, I was going to say that there's a very easy way through which you can share your screenshots here on Xbox, and obviously whilst I'm doing my streams I'm not sharing them on Twitter instantly because that would really provide a major interruption to the stream, but otherwise
Can't believe we're going to go back to that house.
Very easy.
At least I'll have
very
Tyler.
easy just simply to take a screenshot and then post it to your Twitter with a brief comment on your activity, and it's an ideal way of having it posted both to your Xbox game app because you will have then those coming up in the regular news feed. You can also post them to various clubs which are connected to the game that you're playing, and also in addition to that you can do them to Twitter, so you basically get many people from either of the communities to get to know really what your gaming activity
I wonder
is
if
and
Tyler
what
will
games you're
even
currently
recognize
doing.
me. Last picture I sent was from the bleaching my hair at home phase.
So as we can see here, we have the privilege of getting everything nicely written first, just in case if we are not in position to read that wonderful handwriting.
All set, I think. Still need to
So
find those
that's-
damn house keys.
That's all done. We'll look
Is he
at
gonna
that
like this?
teddy bear.
Or is it too much?
This is a gift for Tyler, her twin. Okay. We have some other pictures. Let's have a look at the pictures, shall we? Look at first.
It's
one
gonna be
first.
so crazy to see him after all these years.
So this is very interesting, isn't it? I think you're getting at least a cue on what we might be expecting. This is another very nice photograph. It's interesting that on this photograph she looks a bit like Anne Hathaway.
Michael and Tyler are so gonna hit it off.
Okay, so that's looking good. I've seen all the photographs. The last one there. Okay. Anything else that we would have missed? The books we've looked at. That was a gift. Nothing in there, I don't think, anymore. And now we are free to walk. No. This is open, so it may be.
Can't believe we're gonna go
something
back to
in
that
the
house.
drawer.
No. In my desk drawer, maybe?
It's a bit difficult to position her so that we. Oh, there we are. Okay. Oh!
Oh,
There's a
come
photograph
on.
there.
Why do I still have this? Every time I look at it, it reminds me of how very single I am.
Well, Tyler is not on this photograph, so that's somebody else. Alison and Bobby, 2012. And where was this? Caribbean Dream Senior Prom. Well, that looks very exciting. I wish I was there. Never been to Caribbean. Okay, so there was nothing in that. If you played Life is Strange, you will know that
I
this
wonder
is a
if Tyler
typical
will even
point-and-click
recognize me.
adventure game.
Last picture I sent was from the
And-
bleaching my hair at home phase.
And you really need to be exploring the environment as much as you can, and then once it comes to any form of communication, the dialogue with others, you have got to be extremely careful because everything you do will actually affect the narrative, and throughout the whole game, obviously in some parts in particular, so remember that. and don't really speed run the game because it will ruin the enjoyment, and you just simply need to be checking out every single item that is popping up here as you walk around and explore your local environment and the surrounding
I
areas.
should probably get rid of this. I mean, I can stream it anytime I want.
Does that
But-
track?
It makes me happy just to look at the box.
I thought it was, but let's see. A Journey Through the Stars, Witches of Eldom Season 1 and 2. Alright. Challenger. Space Shuttle. And there's a photograph in there. So really our objective is to find the key. Obviously I'm not rushing it. I want to be doing everything bit by bit. We need to look at this. Oh, we've seen it already. Okay. And anything else underneath? Nothing. Maybe we can do some
believe we're gonna
boogie.
go back to
Maybe
that
there
house.
is
At least I'll have Tyler.
a record there. She can
I need to bring
spin
this with me
like
to Juneau.
45 vinyl.
I need to bring this with me to Juneau.
Okay, so this one is presently not operational. Doesn't seem to work for whatever reason. Okay.
I've got to make solid
Yeah.
plans to see the Geminids. I wonder if Tyler'd want to go.
Night Watch Alaska.
Hey, you want to freeze your
Not
ass off
tearing.
watching burning rocks fall through the sky? Yeah, I might need to work on my sales pitch.
Alright, so that sounds good. That's the kind of activity I actually like in real life. And I do that quite a bit at the moment. You know, we have a major nature reserve in a local area. And I go there sometimes at night and enjoy the stars. Not a living soul in sight, just rabbits, foxes, cars and horses. Really very, very pleasant for me.
Oh.
Okay. what's
Ooh, I
this?
can't wait to force Tyler to watch this with me. He's totally gonna hate it.
Yeah, it's totally gonna hate it. Well, we don't know that. We need to find out.
Oh, right. I stashed them down here.
What is stashed down here? Do you know? I mean, unless you really play the game well in advance and you were given it by the developer, it's unlikely that you'll be able to guess that. Oh, look at this.
So that's where you've been hiding.
We'll look at the other first.
This feels
which
like
is that photograph.
another lifetime. This feels like another lifetime.
Ah, we can't actually pick it up and collect it, sadly. Okay, I picked up the keys.
All right.
So that's
think I'm ready to go now.
completed. Alright, but we still want to be having a look at some of the items here in her room. I can fix this if she likes it, yeah, right, by the looks of it. Okay. And then we'll see.
One more season. What am I even gonna do with myself when it's over? Get invested in the lives of real people? One more season. What am I even gonna do with myself when it's over? Get invested in the lives of real people? Oh,
Just between
ooh, I
us.
can't wait to force Tyler to watch this with me. He's totally gonna hate it.
Okay, so that's all been explored. Ah, I love that. I really like it when in a game you can actually find a mirror and you can see yourself. That's just simply awesome. The reason we are getting that resume screen is to do with me taking screenshots, so I apologize if that is interrupting or interfering with your viewing pleasure. You need to let me know immediately on the chat, because what I tend to do is I try to kind of bring in as many gamers as possible from various forums by posting images of our online activity. I've done that with Destiny and all the other games over the years. I actually forgot to tell you, we are coming
I
to
wonder if
our
Tyler will
second
even
year
recognize me.
anniversary,
Last picture I
and
sent was from
that
the
will be
bleaching my hair
on the
at home
15th of
phase.
September, when I've completed my first Twitch stream, so that will be celebrated in a few weeks, and we'll dish out a few rewards for our dedicated community members as well. And that's also one of the reasons as to why we resumed with our Season 3 broadcast here slightly in advance of that date. And hopefully everyone is going to enjoy it and have a lot of fun and, you know, the usual. Alright, so we've seen all of this. So we have that door.
Probably not gonna see any stars at this time of day.
No, we're not going to be checking out the stars at the moment.
Haven't practiced since high school. I'm probably super rusty.
What would this be? Oh, hockey. Okay.
Probably not gonna see any stars at this time of day. I could look at this artwork all day.
Well, it's not overly exciting, I have to
Not
admit.
the prettiest of my creations, but she weirdly kind of looks like me in the morning.
She does all the dolls, as you can see, so that's really good fun. Alright. Let's have a look at the corridor. Are there anything there?
Allie. She's gonna be so awkward.
Dear Tyler. Well, there's a lengthy message in there. We need to find out what's been said. We can't easily decipher it from that sheet. So we'll press the button that says read. Dear Tyler, I know what you're thinking. A letter? Why all weird and formal? What's wrong with email? Well, I figured, hey bro, just wanted to give my twin a shout before reuniting after 10 years of Swank GB. It's more like letter territory. Whatever. You'll thank me when we are 90 and the machines have already taken over and you still have something to read by candlelight. You see? Always thinking ahead. Anyway, I can't believe you'll be out for real in a few weeks. Wow, amazing. I'm definitely going to be awkward when I see you, so please try not to notice this, okay? How's your last month going? You sad about leaving your mentees? I bet they're going to miss you. I got my tires replaced, so I'm all good to pick you up. And you can save the snark when you go and see my ride. She's been through a lot and we can't all be car guys. Anyway, the Becky's let me take the day off, so we can go straight to the old house and get it all ready for the sale and everything. I can't wait to never think about that place again. I really can't wait to see you. I don't know if I made that really clear. Smile. I love you. Alison. So this is a lengthy message from Twin. And he obviously completed reading
Can't
it. He's
believe I'm
fully
about
aware
to leave
of-
this room for the last time. Okay, I'm pretty much done here. I just need to grab my goblin and I'm off.
Well, he's pretty much done in here, but we are definitely not done with our exploration of his room. Don't forget, if you were speedrunning the game, you probably would miss out on some very, very important clues, because everything you double check, everything you collect, will have a major importance later in the game. So obviously once he leaves the room, he said he's here for the last time, he won't be able to come back in. So evidently we are going to be examining every single bit in here. Look at this. That's Songs of Innocence. The Transgender Man's Guide to Healthy Masculinity by Alex Green. I think it's not quite so. This
I
is
know
a
most of
different
these by
book.
heart at this point.
No, that's not it. That's wrong. Oh, I see. It's just basically giving us an overview of all three books. But we have Songs of Innocence by William Blake. For all of you familiar, he was a very, very important artist. Shelter from the Flood by Ina Beckford. And then there is one by Alex Green on Transgender Man's Guide. So we are getting a clue in here about our lead character. I'm not going to be revealing it, you'll find out as we go along. So we have some cities.
Bummed I have to leave this behind, but the old house would probably collapse if I blasted this inside.
Enemigos, south side flipping. Okay. So these ones are going to be left behind. Okay, we double checked these items. Oh, there is a box in there. He might be having a key or something. Oh, there's something else in there. No, we looked at the box already.
Hey, little guy. You're gonna be reunited with your sister soon.
Well, you did see the same little guy earlier with Allison, and I think she was going to take the doll, the toy, the figurine with her as she was departing, so we probably will do the same. Okay, so that looks pretty.
Cool.
We've heard new collectible.
I guess I'm totally ready to go now.
You found the first game collectible. You can browse them in the pause section. Let us have a look. Collectibles, there. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's wonderful. I love these goblins. They're really cool. We do a screenshot of them. They're called the crafty goblins, so what I like about the game is that we'll have plenty of collectibles. And as we go along, we are going to be collecting them. So remember, whenever you are in a new area, you've got to be exploring it. That's the basic rule of thumb for any adventure game.
Man, I'm gonna miss that view.
Well, so would I. It's absolutely wonderful. Look at this. Cabin in the woods. Really, really cool. So for all of you who joined us since we started broadcasting today, this is the beginning of our Season 3 of broadcasts on Twitch, and we are having really a true privilege to be able to stream Tell Me Why, our game premiere here on the day of its release. Tell Me Why is the game that we are presently broadcasting. Celebrate, educate, unite. Let's see. So this is a march for transgender people, I think. Transvisibility March on Juno, March 31st, 2014, 5:30 to late, brought to you by Juno Coalition for Equality. Alright, that's very interesting. And then we have...
You stay here. Educate the youngsters in classic cinema.
so that's a Quentin Babulino film. Well, I like that. I like Quentin Tarantino, and I definitely like the poster, so that's really cool. So that's Lucille Mahmoud and Munir Benussan in Quentin Babulino film Fire in the Hall. Well, we definitely want to have a nice screenshot of this film poster. Regrettably, we can't collect it. Should have been made into one of those collectibles,
No.
don't you think?
I need to get my application ready for next summer.
Okay, so we've got that. Take me. This book of junk treasure is now yours. The first law of finders keepers. Okay, so we need to pick it up. Ah, we can't really pick it up. Okay, so we've done everything in here, I think. Please do tell me if I missed out on any spots. I think I really covered it pretty well. Wait a minute, these were the CDs and the books. Oh, this is, you see, what I missed.
Oh, gonna miss these
Skate.
dum-dums.
Yaya con Dios, good luck, later Tyler. Alright, so these are various messages from our mates. Anything in there at all? Once more, check, check, check. You see, I missed that. Or was that the same note? Let me think. Drowning? Hey Aaron, you know I'm bad at this, but just wanted to say you've been the best counselor An at-risk yet redeemable youth, haha, could want. Thanks for putting up with me and helping in more ways than you know. I'll try to make it count outside of fireweed. Survival is rebellion. Thank you, man. Tyler. Okay, so that's a message that I'm leaving. Behind drowning. Who is in the film? Shirley O'Toole, Sidouan Farid. Definitely very well known and very popular actors. And they invented for the game, of course. A bit like Quentin Babuino. What does it say there? Testosterone refill, TRX. And that is on written on the calendar. So you're getting another clue if you are examining all the items in here. And I think we've come to the end. It's a good job that I double checked that note. Nearly missed it. Go back. And that is it, the last look. This is pretty. Oh no, the teddy bear's gone. I don't like that. I really like the teddy bear.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi. First time we see each other in 10 years, and it's hi, Tyler.
Oh, sorry,
It's fine, Allison. Hi's a good place to start.
God, it's good to see you.
Likewise.
You have anything else you need to get?
Nope, this is it. My last 10 years in a bag.
Then we should get going. We just have time to make the morning ferry. You look good in that.
Thanks. One of my mentees designed it.
It's really good.
Yeah, he's so incredibly talented. I got a couple of local coffee shops to hang his art.
Tyler Ronan, shaping the leaders of tomorrow.
Yep, we're screwed.
So, are you gonna miss anything about this place?
So what do you reckon? What is he gonna miss the most? What he's been eating, or the guys he's been socializing with? I'd say the latter. So that will be the people.
Honestly, people. The other residents, my mentees, my counselor Aaron. It took me a while to fit in, but once I did, it felt like home. They made me feel safe. Safe enough to be me.
That's so great. I'm really happy for you.
We planning to drive to Delos Crossing or push?
You are welcome to walk.
Nah, I'll take my chances.
Need one last look or anything?
Looked. Let's go.
There we are, so from this Hall of Residence, they will be going to their own childhood home, really, where they grew up. First achievement, rearview mirror, left 5 residential center. Even got my achievements on Game Pass.
No, really. I am 100% not creative enough to make that stuff up. Oh, and just last week, they had to turn the ferry around because a bear was on board.
No way.
Someone heard a commotion in the back of a delivery truck, so they opened it up. And there was the bear, fat and happy on a literal mountain of empty chip bags.
You go where the food is.
Oh, I can relate to that.
So then what happened?
I'm not sure. I think they couldn't get him to leave, so they tranked him.
Oh, poor buddy. Shot in the ass just for getting the munchies.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Safety first in bear country.
Yeah, but prevention is best. Common sense goes a long way in keeping them from getting shot.
The bear is fine, Tyler.
For now. You hear they've been talking about loosening up regulations on trophy hunting again? Higher bag limits, inhumane ground traps, even bringing back hibernation hunting. What kind of asshole gets off on killing a sleeping animal? I'm not against hunting, but predators play a vital role in the health of our natural parks. What? Why are you smiling? I'm being serious.
Oh, I can tell, Ranger Tyler.
Not yet. But at least I got the school part out of the way.
I can't believe you've got a bachelor's already. While I boast a half-completed certificate in accounting from an online college that may have stolen my credit card number.
You'll figure out what you want. You have time.
How are you feeling?
Like I'm about to drive straight into a whiteout and my fog lights are dead. What about you? Allison?
Whoa. Zoned out there for a second. Sorry.
What's up?
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that you're right here, standing beside me, on our way to Delos.
You don't have to apologize. It's a lot.
There we
Why
have
did we
it.
take the ferry instead of the coast road?
'Cause I didn't want to be stuck in the car with you for an extra 2 hours.
Ha ha.
We have to take the ferry. It's the only way to reach Delos from Fireweed.
I see. Well, good. I don't think my stomach could have taken 2 more hours of how you handle curves.
I'm sorry. Do you want to take over driving when we dock?
No.
You're gonna have to get back behind that wheel at some point, you know.
Look, I put a fireweed van nose first in a ditch.
Hey, at least you missed the porcupine.
I'm guessing things haven't changed much.
You mean in Delos? Still the capital of East Jesus Nowhere. Can't wait to get out of here.
Oh, left trigger.
Was it really that bad?
Pretty much. But it could definitely have been worse.
Like if you'd been tucked away in a center for troubled youth?
Right.
At least you had Michael.
Yeah. I don't think I'd have survived high school without him.
Bet you're gonna miss him when you move to Juneau. How's he doing?
Good. Good. But I haven't seen him much outside of work lately. He's been busy with his dance and helping his clan organize a potlatch. Is that smoke coming out of Stonehouse?
Let's see, where's the smoke coming from?
Guess someone finally bought that old shack.
That, or the ghosts are cozying up by the fire.
Think the new owners know it's totally haunted?
I'm sure Tina did her best to keep them from figuring it out. At least until the paperwork was signed. Ugh. That house always gave me the creeps. Those windows are like huge gawking eyes.
You think people talk about our house this way?
Probably.
So, we're really going back there, huh?
To Stonehouse?
I mean, we're going home.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Think the house will sell?
No interested buyers yet. Turns out people don't line up to buy murder houses with no electricity.
At least it's got one hell of a view, unlike Juneau.
Hey, Juneau has mountain views aplenty. It just also has people and fun. You still thinking you might be my roomie?
Thinking about it.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
As you could see, you'll be given options. You press left trigger and then we ask a question.
I was told, after you, well, graduated, I guess, and became a mentor 3 years ago, you still basically spent all your time at Fireweed, right?
Pretty much. There were a few times I tried to go to these meetups for trans people in Juneau, but something always came up. I probably should have put myself out there more, but it was better to be around in case the residents needed me.
So you were free to come and go as you pleased?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Oh, nothing. Just being an overly invested sister. Curious how you spent your time.
Beautiful scenery out there, as you could see. Really pretty. This is Alaska.
Allison?
Twin Peaks-ish.
Yeah?
Spit it out.
Okay, you need to promise not to freak out.
What is it?
It's a gift. From Eddie. I know he's not your favorite person, but
I'm sorry. When you said Eddie, I thought you meant Chief Brown, as in the police officer who arrested me.
come on, Ty, don't.
And your adopted father, the man who didn't let you visit me for 7 years.
The Fireweed administration backed him up, Tyler. They thought it was best for both of us.
Yeah, well, it wasn't.
It's a peace offering. And you're the two most important people in my life. Please. For me.
He can't buy my forgiveness with some cheap-ass trinket.
It's a gift, Tyler. You know what gift-giving means in Tlingit culture. And what it means to refuse one.
Fine. I'll take it, but I'm not going to wear it.
Really?
Really. Just so we're clear, this was for you, not Chief Brown.
You know, you could call him Eddie. Or even... Uncle?
Hard pass. Did you hear that? Whoa! There's no place like home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would it ruin the moment if I said I needed to call home?
Yes. Completely.
Sorry.
Go ahead and stop apologizing all the time.
Okay, sorry. Thanks.
Okay, so probably we can start walking home.
It's so weird being back on
Hey,
this
it's
boat.
Yep, you didn't die in a fiery crash. How are you? He took the ring, so I'd say the first steps have been taken. Yeah, the drive took longer than I thought it would. We're on the ferry right now. Uh-huh, I know. Yeah. Yeah? I've been driving in this stuff for 5 years. I'll be fine. That's not going to happen. Okay, see you soon.
You see, there was this opportunity for us to interrupt her conversation, and she obviously talked to her stepfather, and he's not very keen on him. So had we interfered, then there would have been obviously some concern arising about him being maybe aggressive or not accepting or something like that. We'll just explore the way to see ourselves if there's anything else to be there is something for us to explore. Introduction to Making Devil's Club Tea, a way of life, community and culture programming sponsored by Cuna Heritage Foundation. Interested, you can just sign up, so you could see. See the next one. There is no substitute, protect our only home. Okay. Under the Sea, Gastino High School,
Winter Formal? Fancy. Wait, wasn't that Allison's high school?
So you could see, you discover by exploring the items in there that Allison went to Gastino High School, right? Tickets are $10 a suit up. Okay, but we might want to go there. Klinkit dance performance. And let's see. It's a dance group that celebrates ancestry, community and tradition. We're inviting you to join us for international invitational drumming, singing and of course dancing. Come share and celebrate our culture. Monday the November 16, 2015, time 6 o'clock, Delos Crossing Community Theatre, free and open to the public so they can really easily stroll and enjoy. Klinkit. Okay. To remember. 17 canoe for sale, strong and sturdy fiberglass transform for 5 HP outboard, $500, no oars, no bargaining, call or text. Okay, probably can. New drop in bed and breakfast, 258 Barrel Street, Overcoil AK. I guess that's for Alaska. House has walk-in freezer and space for deer and fish processing. Well, for deer and fish processing. Oh, you see, Denali Expeditions, it's the same leaflet, the points that he had in his room. Discover the crown jewel of Alaska. Okay. So it's very possible, as we explored all the leaflets and everything that's been pinned to the board, that we'll have some openings, late in the story. Like, for instance, we have that dance, we have also the high school that Allison went to, and there's a possibility for some club tea, canoe, there's all sorts. So it was very, very important to have walked around and explored it. I can bet you that lots of people didn't pay attention and therefore they missed all the clues. Let's see what else we got here.
Hey, Allison,
Delos
can we take the
Crossing.
scenic route? Allison?
Don't think she can hear you.
Guess not.
Good call, by the way. Scenic route's longer, but the view's worth the time. Where are you headed?
Delos Crossing?
Same here. You from around here?
Born and bred.
Ah, you don't say. I moved to Anchorage around your age. Delos was mostly Alaska natives then. Klinkit, Haida. I haven't been home in 5 years.
Distant family, my sister wants to move.
My sister's planning to move to Juneau.
Good for her. Most folks I know never tried living anywhere else. I'm Alex, by the way. Alex Gershwin. No relation.
Huh?
To George Gershwin. Gershwin, the pianist. Folks are...
Let's go.
Well, actually we've been jumped because he was still talking to him and then suddenly the game cut us off. That's a bit annoying because I wanted to hear what he had to say. Must be right. Should have talked to him earlier. be there, by the looks of it. This is a good shot, I like it. There's no place like home, some people would say, but that's not the case for them. There have been incidents and traumas and mysteries, and we'll unravel the Barker Boys very shortly as we get there. This looks very pretty, I would say. This is the family home.
Wow. It's basically exactly like I remember it. Only faded.
Like a Polaroid left on a windowsill.
From the outside, it almost looks charming.
Charm's not the problem. Structural integrity may be an issue.
You think there's a chance whoever buys it will just tear it down?
If someone buys it, they can do whatever they want with it.
You wouldn't care at all?
Would you?
Sure. Everywhere I look, I see a piece of one of our adventures.
Everywhere I look, I just see her.
Allison, we could go grab a bite. Start this tomorrow?
No. The only way to get this done is to do it.
So now the real adventure begins. And before we go in,
After
my dear
you.
friends, I'll need to have a short break, and then we'll be able to resume. I need to have a cup of tea, I need to stretch a bit, and then we'll carry on with our wonderful new adventure game called Tell Me Why, offered to us by Don't Nod and Xbox Game Studios, published by Microsoft and available from today on Xbox Game Pass, or indeed if you wanted to purchase it through the Microsoft Store. So far so good. We are beginning the real adventure as we enter the building, and I need a break just before we do that. So have a cup of tea, stretch a bit, have a breath of fresh air, and then we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Alright, my friends, we are back. I had a breath of fresh air, I stretched a bit, I exercised, and I was able to get back into the game. Hopefully you've done the same thing. Maybe you had a cup of tea or biscuit. Remember, if you're an avid gamer, every 90 minutes you really have to be taking a break. And there's this rule called, what is it called? 3 times 60, is it? So every 20, or is it 3 times 20, or 2060, 2060 that is it. You need to take some form of exercise every 20 minutes. So firstly, after 20 minutes you look away, after 40 minutes you get up and walk a bit, and after an hour you have a break. So remember that if you want to keep fit and healthy, and particularly if you are doing looters and shooters and FPS games. This one is obviously not of this kind, it's an adventure game, it's fairly slow paced. But still, if we are paying a lot of attention to every single detail, we are collecting items, exploring the story, we also deserve that break.
Come on,
Sometimes
Tyler.
the break
You came
is
all
a
this
bit
way
longer than 5
just
minutes.
to turn back?
Are you talking to yourself now?
Hey, don't judge me.
I'm just saying, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here.
Yeah, sounds good.
Basically, for everyone who joined us, we are doing a premiere of a brand new game on Xbox called Tell Me Why. This is a brand new adventure game from Don't Nod Entertainment. The guys have created also another wonderful adventure game called Life is Strange a few years back. You probably enjoyed it and played it as much as myself. And in the first part of the game we got to know that these two guys are twins, and that one of them is somewhat different, and he is going to be exploring his past by entering this building. They both want to be finding out what's happened to them in their childhood, so we had a break really just before we entered the building. I mean, obviously I know a lot more about the main character, but I want to tell you because you learn more about him as you go along, so I don't want to give you any spoilers, and this is just why this game is so highly significant. So therefore we'll keep it under the wraps, and you will discover basically who the character is as we carry on. See, my temptation is to go to that shed, to that barn, but we'll just follow the rules in here, I think, for the benefit of our viewers. So we want to be looking into the window first to make sure there's nobody in there.
Did you smoke something before you left Fireweed? The door's right there.
Oh, she's a bit harsh. I was just making sure there weren't any squatters. Come on. Alright. Open sesame.
Locked.
Well, it's a good thing I remembered this.
Tougher than expected.
You sure that's the right key?
Yes. Maybe someone changed the lock.
Who would change the lock on us?
I don't know. We're screwed.
You got a plan B?
Yeah, we find another way in. I never knew a locked door that could keep the crafty goblins out.
Yeah, we had a million ways in and out of this old house. At least one of them's gotta work.
Well, her attitude is now going to change, because I think we probably might be able to get into the window.
I could break a window.
You know civilized people don't do that, right?
Oh, so we're civilized now?
Well, maybe not. But we are trying to sell this place, and broken windows aren't exactly amenities.
No, so that isn't the alternative. So we need to
crafty
find
goblins.
another way in.
I haven't thought about them in forever. Or should I say, us.
We almost spent more time as goblins than we did as kids.
Oh,
Marianne always spoiled the birds.
she liked animals way more than people.
I can relate to that.
Remember how whenever we lost our toys in the sand, we thought the Mad Hunter had stolen them?
How many sandcastles did we build with this?
None that survived.
How many sandcastles did we build with this?
None that survived.
You're out of your element, little guy.
How do you know? Maybe he's a snowfish.
Hey, I think that's the same rake I cut my foot on.
Wait, your foot? Wasn't that me?
What? Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
Okay, so I've looked at all of those. I don't think the other ones can be looked at. There's 3 items in there. Need to go to the back. See whether there is anything else. Oh yeah, there is.
Doesn't seem like the greenest source of energy.
Not like she had the money for solar panels.
Nope. What is a shell?
At least we don't have any use for this right now.
Luckily. Remember the snowstorm in 2004? Marianne had us digging for hours.
Of course. She was too proud to call another adult for help.
Yep. Why do that when you've got free child labor?
It's no good. I can't open this one either.
It's okay.
Is there
We'll
an
find
approach?
another way in.
Alright, so this is not budging. We'll need to find another way in. And where is this other way? Possibly here.
Open sesame.
Let me guess. It's locked.
Yup. Know any other secret passwords?
Honeydew? Nope.
She could try that key. This is also... Oh, no, there isn't. Is there a lock? I don't know. Looks like there isn't one. No, so that is not really doing anything.
So, any idea how we're gonna get in?
We used to play under the house when we were kids.
Yeah, we stashed all our goblin treasure down there.
There was a hatch, right? That opened up into the laundry room?
There was. I hope I can still fit. I'm a little taller than I was at 11. What'd you find?
Our hidden treasure?
Seriously? How do we think to stash it there?
Goblin secrets are always well kept.
Remember how mad she'd get if we didn't use the compost?
And she always knew when we were lying.
Waste not, or kiss the planet goodbye.
Well, they talked about the laundry, I just missed that, really.
At least the shed's still standing.
Yep. I don't want to think about what might be living inside it, though.
Well, better alive than dead.
Ugh, yes. Let's deal with that later. Plenty else to do first.
Hey, it's locked all right.
Everything is locked in this place, literally everything.
What was she doing out here that night? Come on, she did not like us using her tools.
She was...
Whoa, at least the tools are still here. That'll help with the... She did not like us using her tools.
She was probably just afraid we'd hurt ourselves.
Or she thought we'd go on a rampage and tear up her precious plants.
And we would have, so... Homemade cleaning products may be better for the planet, but they do not have the same shelf life.
Ugh, add it to the shopping list.
Homemade cleaning products may be better for the planet, but they do not have the same shelf life.
Ugh, add it to the shopping list. What was she doing out here that night? Come on,
Slept in
man.
one of those,
Stop
I think,
thinking about
huh?
that. Whoa, at least the tools are still here. That'll help with the repairs.
They're good quality, too. Marianne wanted stuff like that to last.
No, there's nothing behind the shed. Nothing in here.
I can't believe these are still here.
Yeah, we should hide them so they don't frighten away potential buyers.
The building is offered on sale. But you know, we need to be exploring it before any prospective bidders walk in. therefore we need to get in.
You really want to go out there?
No, you're right.
No, I'm just moving away from our designated area. No hidden keys in that, but she did say something about the laundry, but I missed that.
Do you need a hand with that?
No, it should be fine.
Okay.
If we just get this board out of the way, I could probably squeeze through.
So we need something to pry it off.
It's screwed in pretty good. We need a screwdriver. I think I saw one back in the shed.
Let's go check.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. There was a screwdriver there in the shed.
At least the shed's still standing.
Yep. I don't want to think about what might be living inside it, though.
Well, but okay. Should be something in here that'll work. I guess Marianne left us something useful, huh?
Yeah. We still have to find a way to get inside, though. And please, no broken windows.
We'll see ya. What's happening? Do you feel that?
And don't leave this room until everything looks as clean as a whistle. Ugh. This is the millionth time I've gotten in trouble because of you. You and your big mouth.
Hey, you were thinking the same thing. You just weren't brave enough to tell her.
What good would it do? It's not like she ever listens to us anyway.
Well, I'd rather scream it right in her stupid face than be a quiet little mouse.
Oh, we forgot the key. We need to put it back.
Maybe we could hide it somewhere. You know, for fun.
Goblins are supposed to help the princess, not play mean tricks.
Whatever, you're not fun.
I'm only trying not to make her even worse.
Whoa. Did that just happen?
I don't know, but I saw it too.
It felt like it did when we used to share thoughts with our voice.
It did. But that was a memory of us 10 years ago, right? I vaguely remember it happening.
I think so. And, that's new, right?
Yeah. We could share thoughts and feelings, but we never replayed memories like that.
Why would it happen? And why that memory?
I don't know. It's pretty eerie.
It's weird, but our voice was always a good thing. This could be too.
I'm feeling something again. Near the barn.
Yeah, me too.
Hurry! Let's go see the silent frog.
I'm coming.
What? Stop sulking. I told you already. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Okay. Guess you don't want to see what I put in the treasure room then.
What? No, I want to see.
Guess we know where to search now.
We just have to remember which one is the silent frog. So,
Nothing
which
here.
one of you is hiding the key?
It's really interesting. As you could see, for whatever reason they're able to recall certain memories and then see them. But I understand from the developer that the memories will be distinctly different depending on whether it was Allison or Tyler who were hearing them. And I think this will become a bit more distinct as we carry on with the game. But definitely a very interesting addition to the usual of the nod.
Damn, where's the key?
Seriously?
Kidding.
Oh, come on.
Okay, sorry. Nice job keeping a secret, buddy.
Oh, I picked it up. Okay, just have a look at the last one. Oh, there's nothing. Nothing more to pick up.
At least the shed's still standing.
Yep. I don't want to think about what might be living inside it, though.
Well, better alive
No,
than
it's
dead.
annoying,
Ugh, yes. Let's deal
Yep.
with that later. plenty else to do first.
There we are, with some of our discoveries here. We need a screwdriver in order to dismantle that plank. See if there's anything else to be looked at. No. Wait a minute.
Huh. Who left this box here? It looks brand new.
It wasn't me. Has someone been out here recently?
Guess it's your lucky day, bird friends. Got it.
All this for a screwdriver?
You got a better idea how to get in?
There are some cleaning materials as well, but we're not going to be picking them up. I do apologize, my headset just became a bit uncomfortable. Still is here at the side for some reason. Let me see, can we get in here? No. Doesn't matter because we've got the screwdriver. Bear with me, I need to adjust my headset. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so let's do it. Where is the plank? Over here. As you can see, the game has a very slow pace. It's very exploratory, so it's very similar to Life is Strange.
You sure you want to go in there?
This was our very first den, remember?
Who knows what lives down there now? Everything okay down there? Tyler? Oh, that's not funny!
Then why am I laughing?
Okay, fine. But you're still an idiot.
Alright. I'm going in for real this time.
Okay. I'll see you at the front door in a few minutes.
So I'm going to be exploring a bit and find out what's in there. Crouch.
Ouch!
Are you okay? What happened?
I just hit my head like an idiot. Wait. What? Where are you?
Ty, I'm outside. But I can hear you in my head. Our voice. It's back.
Holy shit. I don't suppose you remember how to get to the hatch.
I think so.
Dragons, straight ahead.
Need to go left, I think.
Well, we need to explore the
Left again after the goblins.
area.
Nope. It was on the right.
My bad.
Goblin Den treasure room. Okay.
You were right, sis.
Of course. A goblin never forgets where she stashed her treasure.
Not even should 1,000 years pass. I found her old kite. I think its wings have been clipped, though.
Rest in peace, brave bird.
Pink. It always had to be pink.
So that can't be opened. Okay. We'll look to these. What else is there?
Past the treasure.
Straight ahead.
You know, I almost convinced myself our voice was just another childhood fantasy.
Me too. But we really are connected.
The Mad Hunter. Why am I still afraid to say his name?
He was Mary Ann's creation. She made all the creepy characters.
Okay. So the hatch must be there, right? Well, it has to be somewhere. No, it's not there. There. Or not.
Wow. Can't say I ever expected to see you again. It's been a long time, buddy.
Well, he should be collectible, shouldn't he? Really? So we are stuck a bit in here.
You were right. Nothing here.
Of course I was.
This is collectible. It's one of those weird goblins or frogs. Okay, let's. Oh, look at that! Achievement 25. One for what? Ah, it was so fast I didn't manage to read it. But you know what? We'll have a look at it. The Mad Hunter. So this carving, this tiny little figurine, is definitely aligned with the signs that we've seen there. Oh,
I would have taken the gold.
Not even in your dreams.
Dallas Crossing Olympic event, rock skipping, Allison 4, Ollie 3. Okay, so that is not it here. I really wanted that moose in there. Ah, that means that we are missing out on something important because he can't really get out of here. Look at this, unless this is a glitch. No, this is not a glitch. So let's be a bit more attentive. Let's find where that will need to be. Don't know where. No, it's not in here. Okay, so there. Not in there either. Oh, there. Something there.
I would have taken the gold.
Not even in your dreams.
Oh, I looked at that already. That was the board we already explored and examined. Here be dragons. I've seen him already, but maybe there's something else about him. I don't know.
Wow. Can't say I ever expected to see you again. It's been a long time, buddy.
No, it isn't him. All of this, it's not here. So where is it? What's going on? We looked it up already. There is the hatch. You see, it was semi-hidden. I walked in here and I kind of passed it several times.
Tyler, are you in there?
Well, he's remembering now everything.
Tyler!
Coming!
Are you okay?
I'll live. Good to hear your voice again.
Yeah, same here.
So, coming in or what?
Just working up to it.
Well, we're here.
Here we are.
So, how do we get started?
We figure out what to keep, what to trash, and see what else this house might be trying to show us.
We need to be exploring the house. And I got another achievement, Homecoming, which is 50 points. That's pretty good.
Wow.
Don't really get that many
Doesn't
achievements
seem
that
real.
are as high as that. And we've got daily, weekly and monthly
course.
quests completed
No
on Game
legs,
Pass,
no
which is
power.
really pretty good. Complete that a bit later. If you're familiar with the way Xbox works, is you always get lots of quests, and then through completing them you're getting experience points, and then those Microsoft points can be used in order to acquire things. The best one of which is your subscription to the Ultimate. So if you get, I think it's about 30,000 points, then you have a quarterly subscription granted free of charge, just down to the points that you collected through your activity. It's particularly good for very avid gamers, people who are playing and hammering the Game Pass, as they can get lots of different experience points for that, as well as the achievement points, and then they can collect everything and enjoy all of those rewards at once. So it is actually a very, very good system, and I personally consider it to be superior to PlayStation, as Sony do not have anything which is quite similar. Okay, what I'm really interested in at the moment is the streams of the same game on Twitch. Right? So I want to find out on Twitch how many people are streaming and viewing the game. I'm very curious about this because principally adventure games overall are not very popular unless they're freshly released, and we are having the privilege of being able to play the game on its release date, so that's really quite different to what we usually do here on the channel. I'm very curious to see what type of activity there is on Twitch, and indeed related to Tell Me Why. So bear with me, we'll see now what it says. There we are, Tell Me Why, we got it immediately. It looks like there are about 1.5 thousand viewers. It's quite good. And we'll also follow the channel. It says 831 followers, which is not that many. And let me see, how many have we got here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, there are quite a few people streaming. It's probably in... Let me see, that looks like a few hundred people are streaming the game, so that's quite extraordinary. And what sort of views do they have? 2 or 3 views per stream by the looks of it. Which is what usually happens if you know, you have a brand new game that comes out, and then obviously people with a very, very large community will get quite a few viewers, and that is because they in any case come to the channel and check out whatever is on there, and otherwise people are getting buried within those algorithms due to the sheer number of those who are streaming. But you know, just to summarize, this is really a very important game. It does highlight certain issues that we previously did not see in video gaming. I'm still not telling you what these are, because I would be giving you a spoiler. One of the characters will discover that as they go through various quests in the house. But therefore I think it is very important that there are lots of people streaming it, and that many community members are popping in and having a look, and indeed debating all that is game related. I will be quite curious to see what reviews we'll be holding in due course. I will be reviewing this game once we complete it, and it will be quite an interesting experience.
I'm sure it's still there. I should check our bedroom upstairs.
I think the approach that Dontnod had taken is remarkable, and it is at the same time unique. Nobody else was doing it in the same fashion. So I'll be very, very curious to see what reaction there is going to be from the gaming community. Right, my stream will be 3 hours long, so we have about an hour left, and I don't think I'll be taking any breaks until then. Maybe just for a cup of tea, a very quick one.
Mary Ann's room.
Okay.
Let's not go in there until we absolutely have to.
Agreed.
So Alison doesn't want to be going in there as yet. So there's plenty of items for us to look at. Examine this. What is it? Let's see. Hey Mom, we are sorry. The vase got broke. We didn't know you love it so much. We need to be careful and not to act up in the window room. Next time we will try and use good judgment. Please forgive us for doing bad things. I'm sorry too. We should be more careful. I'm very sad we made you cry so much. You should play outside instead. I will tell Ollie not to be wild all the time. We aren't going to do any more. We are very sorry. I think you probably
sure it's
figured
still
that this
there.
is a crime scene.
I should check our bedroom upstairs.
Therefore everything's being left intact.
What are you reading?
A letter we wrote her. To apologize for breaking that stupid vase, remember?
Bore your kids into good behavior. Great parenting strategy.
She pinched every penny. She pinched every penny. Old textbooks. Tessa gave them to us, right?
Yeah, she thought we were gifted.
We were. Just not like she thought. You think she knew we were sharing answers?
We shared for fun. We both knew them all anyway.
I don't remember these.
It's probably one of Marianne's unfinished masterpieces.
There's 2 of them. Maybe they were us. In some weird way that only made sense to Marianne. She took so many pictures.
Yeah. Like she had to document every second of our lives.
You can keep some of them, if you want.
No thanks. I mean, I like the photos of us, but I don't think I can forget that she was the one aiming the camera.
She was always entering photography contests. Wow. I'm so embarrassed for us. Mini Da Vinci's we were not.
She saved every drawing we ever did.
There's a couple of these I might keep.
Well, it's sad that we can't really collect some of the photographs, but we'll just leave them here for now, I guess. There's a memory in emerging. How do I switch it on? I need to find where the memory is. Maybe upstairs, I don't know.
I'm sure it's still there. I should check our bedroom upstairs.
That's probably where it is. I really want to explore the rest of the stuff in here before we get there. Okay, we've seen this. Seen all of that.
I didn't realize how much I missed the smell of firewood.
I miss the cold winter nights curled up here, with big mugs of hot cocoa.
Yeah. Marianne was so tired she was usually asleep on the couch.
Ah, that's why it was so nice. No Marianne.
That was the one time we were ever quiet. We knew she needed the sleep.
We all needed her to sleep.
We should take down the creepy masks if we don't want to scare the buyers away.
Oh, so now you don't want to scare someone with those masks.
Are these authentic Tlingit?
I doubt it.
I'm surprised Marianne would buy fakes.
20 years ago, everyone was buying fakes.
Huh. This bathroom still smells like Marianne.
A good scrub and we'll be rid of that too.
What are we gonna do with all her jewelry?
Well, I'm certainly not gonna wear it.
Donation pile it is, then. Wow. I forgot all about her weird concoctions.
And how she was always testing them on us. Like we were lab rats.
Handmade soap. Still here after 10 years. Impressive.
You could say that about the entire house.
Right, that looks really mysterious. We explore the bathroom.
I tried to bury this dress in the backyard, but Marianne caught me.
It was a pretty dress.
Yeah, well, we both know pretty was never my thing.
What else is there, if anything? Nothing. So we need to really go upstairs, and some memories are going to be there, as we've seen. Strangely, the memories have disappeared.
If you don't come up soon, I'm gonna take whatever I want from our bedroom.
No way! Wait for me!
No, this feels like home.
Hey, the postcard we sent ourselves from Juneau.
Forever alone.
What?
We barely had any friends. We even had to be our own pen pals. We never appreciated this view as kids.
Trying to work out if there's any items in there, but doesn't seem to be. A monkey in a bunk bed.
Ugh. Some of our old toys give me the creeps.
Some of the old toys, indeed. They look fairly old. Any more? Examine, open. Oh, there's something hidden in there.
Look what I found.
What?
Only our greatest creation, the Book of Goblins.
Seriously? It was in that chest the whole time?
All these stories.
I had ideas for so many more.
Marianne wrote a lot of them.
Yeah. It's one of the only times I remember her being at peace.
So the Book of Goblins. We'll take a screenshot of this. It's very pretty.
Where is it?
You looking for something in particular?
My diary.
Just a minute. I really wanted to see what's in the book. So what does it say in there? Let's see. The frog earns the right to speak. The bear the princess. The beaver fixes the house. The princess party. Goblins and the... Oh, I see. There's a various... There's a table of contents. There's like a different stories that we... well, they would have been writing. And it looks like... Oh, look at that. So there's loads of different stories in there. Tell you what, we'll start with one story per day.
You never told me about it.
With me. To go back to the first one. Okay. So we'll read just one story for today. The frog earns the right to speak. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a big frog in a small pond. She was a peaceful creature who spent most of her time eating, swimming, and sleeping. From the morning to the evening, she did everything the smaller frogs did, except she did it bigger. She ate more, she jumped farther, she was smarter, and she made a lot more noise. Everybody in the forest could hear her loud croaking, and everybody was happy that they could. You see, it was easy to get lost in the forest, but thanks to the frog's loud noises, you could just as easily find your way back to her pond. Maybe it would have not been the same if the big frog had kept singing during the night, but she was much too lazy an animal to stay active after dark. One day, an unknown visitor came to the forest for the first time. It was a young woman dressed in a beautiful gown. She was walking fast through the woods, as if she was running away, and she never looked back. Many eyes spied the princess pass by, but no one dared to help her, for the mad hunter was on her trail. "This is not our business," they said, and we had better look away. For the mad hunter was an unyielding man who loved nothing but hunting down prey for money and glory. nothing could escape his piercing eye for too long. So, the princess walked alone, without help, until she hopelessly got lost in the big forest. Exhausted, she pressed on with no idea of where she was heading as the hunter drew ever closer, dogged in his pursuit. She continued this way until she heard a heavy croaking far off to her left, so clear and loud that the princess immediately made for the source of the noise. A few minutes later, she reached the big frog in the small pond, and the frog looked at her with a gentle smile. "Help me, please," said the princess. "I need a place to rest and to hide." "Ribbit," answered the frog, and the princess frowned. "Please stop making noise. The mad hunter is after me." "Ribbit," said the frog again, so loud that the princess had to cover her ears. The creature began to jump every which way. "What are you doing?" asked the princess. "Stop all that noise and he will find us." But the frog kept croaking and jumping around her left and right, up and down. "Ribbit, ribbit," until the princess understood the meaning of all this fuss. Cautiously, the woman climbed on the back of the big animal, and then with a leap, the frog set off, away from the pond. The frog jumped so high and so far that even the hunter could not find where the princess had gone. With a few jumps, the princess was out of his piercing eye. A few jumps more, and she had vanished for good. The princess closed her eyes and let her clever mount carry her wherever the creature pleased. Less than an hour later, the big frog had reached the other side of the ancient forest, near the shores of the very deep lake. There she landed without a noise in front of a big wooden house that had been abandoned. "Oh, thank you," said the princess, covering the animal's snout with kisses. "I only wish you could speak, so I would have understood what you were trying to do sooner." As she pronounced those words, something incredible happened. The big frog was suddenly able to speak. Her first words startled the princess. "The mad hunter is always at my heels. Now you're safe, and I've had my revenge. You can stay in this house. It's been abandoned for a long time, and no one will ever look for you here." And then, without looking back, the big frog jumped back into the pond. And this is how the big frog saved the princess, and how she earned the right to speak. A wonderful short story in this book, and we are looking forward to be reading many more stories. Oh no, that's the one. That's another one, The Bear and the Princess. Okay, well, we read the one.
Yeah.
And
With the
another
way
story
Marianne
today
was,
is
I tried extra
sufficient.
hard to keep it a secret. Marianne. Yeah, that day she found out about it.
Mom? Mom! Mom, where is it? What did you do with it?
What now?
I can't find my diary. I know you stole it. Give it back.
Sweetie. Whatever I do, it's just for your benefit.
You read it, didn't you? You had no right to do that.
I have the right to do whatever I need to protect my little girl.
I'm not your girl. I hate you.
You will always be my little girl. And no matter how hard you fight me, I'll fight twice as hard to keep you safe.
I don't know how I never saw it coming. She told me right to my face. She was willing to hurt me to keep me from transitioning.
Tyler, there is no way you could have known she'd go that far.
I want my diary back. Her room was the only place I didn't look.
Okay, but do you need to get it, like, now?
That diary was important to me, Allison. Writing down my thoughts helped me realize who I am.
Well, then let's go find it.
You think her room is still locked?
It always was. I'm not looking forward to going in there.
I know, but
my friends, we need to have a short break. I need to get some fresh air, and that's going to take me a couple of minutes. It's getting a bit stuffy and hot in here, and so just bear with me. And you can also do likewise. Have some fresh air, maybe have a cup of tea, have a biscuit, stretch a bit, get ready for more adventures here in Tell Me Why. I'll be back in 5.
have to eventually, and I need it back.
Alright, my friends, we'll carry on. We still have about roughly, let me see, about 40 minutes left of the stream. So let's see what we need to do next.
Tyler, do you copy? If we don't move fast, this whole thing is going to melt. Do you copy?
Shh, copy, Allison. Gonna get this thing moving soon. Don't want the Mad Hunter to catch us. Over.
The Mad Hunter.
Hey, you. I just found your twin under the house. He's seen better days. Oh, this one
This
wasn't
one's
mine.
Allison's. The other one was down below under the building.
Look, it's the game we made, Lusion Tramway.
That game never made any sense.
Didn't stop us from playing all day.
Dude, we were kids. All we needed were rocks and bird feathers.
Okay. Explored this. Anything else?
So much for my
Yes.
dream of being a hockey star.
Marianne thought sports were too aggressive, too competitive, and too groupthinky.
Anything else? I think I'm pretty good in exploring everything that's out there. I don't really think
How
I
did you
missed out
convince
on
me to let you
things.
put this up?
It was my favorite movie. Back then.
City of Love, read. Oh no, that's not it. Doesn't say who's in it.
You know, if there's one thing you gotta give Marianne, it's that she let us explore our artistic side.
You should have seen Eddie's face when I tried to repaint his car.
Yeah, I bet Uncle Eddie didn't appreciate your artistic touch.
I'd rather you called him Chief Brown if you're gonna be an ass about it.
Well, these are some magnificent artistic endeavors that those chaps were doing when they were children. Just think about it, if you were away from that place for 10 years, you come back and everything is intact. No spider's webs or no dust. Really quite astonishing.
Ugh. Some of our old toys give me the creeps.
Oh, we've seen that before. Okay, so that's all done and dusted. We need to go to the mother's room.
The Ice King finally caught the hag. His furious voice could be heard throughout the forest. For your wickedness, you will be eternally bound to the lake. What? No way. Quiet, let me finish. You will no longer be allowed to leave. Not even under a full moon. The moon hag was imprisoned in the lake, and she never again tried to escape. And then the title. What do you think? Not bad, right? I guess that's okay. But I would have changed the end. What? No way!
The Ice King. I totally forgot about him.
That's because it was dangerous to mention his name. He was too powerful.
You know what I'm really curious about is how these memories are going to be corresponding, because I understand from the developer that either of them will be experiencing those memories in different fashions. So do we replay the game as Allison at a later stage, or how will this work? I'm really quite interested to find out. First, I'm interested in finding out how this will work. Let's see. Okay, so that is not here.
Hold up.
What?
Remember this?
Unfortunately.
You must solve my riddle to earn the right to enter the princess's sanctum.
Nothing a good hard shove won't take care of.
I mean, yes, we could brute force it, but it might be kind of fun to finally solve it, right?
We have different definitions of the word fun.
Okay, well, if we break it, we're just gonna have to fix it for the sale. So let's at least try not to. You have the Book of Goblins?
Yep.
Hand it over.
What are you looking for?
The image on the door. It's making me think of a story from the book. One that Marianne wrote.
You have a way better memory than me.
Well, the Book of Goblins was my creation.
And you'll never let anyone forget it.
Here it is. The one about the princess's party. Give it a read. I think the symbols may represent something in the story.
First ghost memories, now storybook puzzles. What a weird day.
What a weird childhood.
Touché.
Oh, right. So this is a puzzle, Book of Goblins. Must be towards the end. I've not seen any of those patterns in there. Maybe on the cover. I don't get it. Hang on, what would that have to be then? That's tricky. Torch, sword, and loot. Or cash, gold, whatever. I don't have any clues in there. Did you spot any clues? None. You wonder what it can be.
I think I'm just gonna force this open.
You sure? We're not in a rush, and we'll have to fix it.
Alright, one more try.
You sure you're done? Maybe if we put our heads together.
Yeah, I could try again.
This is really a tricky puzzle. Okay, we have some friends popping in. Oh, we got Radioactive Bull in here. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks very much for popping in and having a look. And Radioactive Bull is saying hello, saying we've not talked for quite a while since Destiny 1. Well, you know, I streamed Destiny 1 very extensively here. This was a channel dedicated to the game, and I've just started with my Season 3 of broadcasts here on Twitch, and the direction is somewhat different to what we had before. The channel is no longer pegged to just one game, but Destiny remains the main game attached to the channel. I'm not streaming it right now, but we'll have a lot of Destiny as the sequel, or the new light, or beyond light, or whatever you want to call it. The big Destiny universe becomes accessible on Xbox Game Pass next month, so that is, I think, in about a couple of weeks. And then we'll be exploring everything that comes together with it on Xbox Game Pass. We'll do everything, and you know, we'll explore every corner of it, because as you probably know, Destiny will be abridged. Lots of content that we presently have in the sequel is going to go to the vault by the 10th of November, so it will be an ideal opportunity for us to revisit and retry. But just to highlight the difference, I had a brief introduction yesterday on my channel and all that's going to be unraveling in here before you, and I sort of laid out the plan which is describing to everyone the difference in the structure and the way I'll be doing my broadcasts. So you know, everyone or anyone interested can just pop in and have a look. I've done it yesterday. It is on VOD here on Twitch and also on YouTube. And we'll have many shorter streams, because no longer will I want to be streaming for 5 hours on a trot, but we'll have lots of different streams dedicated to different games and different subjects. That will include game reviews and beta tests and daily bulletin of industry news, as well as obviously the streams of some of the heavyweight majors. This game today is premiered here on my channel. It's Tell Me Why, the game that's been released today. So it's a brand new release, and I preloaded it and I'm playing it on Xbox Game Pass. So a really a true refresher for us that usually stream the games that have been in circulation for a little while. But you know, definitely very much of interest to anyone who was entertaining Life is Strange. Also another game that was developed by Don't Nod, the same developer, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like adventure mystery games that they made, and so far it's been very, very enjoyable. So let's see what Radioactive Bull says. And Radioactive says, I don't really know the puzzle. Nice, why don't you break the door down? Well, you know, they have a system in which your decision taking or decision making will affect the overall outcome. And don't forget, in here we're looking at the crime scene where these kids previously had grown up, and if one of the characters becomes a bit violent or a bit more aggressive, that will be affecting the actual plot development, and there may be some consequences for the character. And so I'm really trying to keep it low-key and make sure that we don't do that. But then on the other hand, the trouble here is, maybe you'll be able to obviously spot that better than me. We have this Book of Goblins, right? It's a book which I have, so I'll be going back to the book and just have a look when I'm browsing and tell me whether you spot the pattern that needs to be present in here, because I didn't see anything that would have indicated that this was the pattern. But maybe there is one. So let's have a look together, and obviously a few minds together will always be able to get the better, the better resolve. Our friend says, yeah, but opening a door that won't change things, I'm sure. No, it does change things. I can tell you. It's that sort of game. Have you played Quantic Dream games like Fahrenheit or Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls, and the games of The Nod as well are very similar. Because also Man of Medan, I think, would be within the same sort of niche. What they have is the actual decisions you take at a certain part of the game will be affecting. I'm quite certain in here this is very important, and it's to do with the lead character. The lead character, that's sort of secret, and I know what secret is, but I'm not going to read it just yet because I want all the viewers and people watching it on playback to actually find out for themselves as we carry on. So, oh, you played those. Oh yeah, cool. Which one did you like the best amongst these? Heavy Rain, Detroit, or Beyond Two Souls, or Life is Strange as it goes. Obviously, a bit different. Man of Medan as well is a terrific game. Let me just show you. If you look at it together with me, I want to bring this back to the very beginning, and then look at the patterns. If you spot any of the patterns, I don't know what pattern is corresponding to the puzzle, right? Radioactive says he'd really like Detroit, and he played it. Detroit is an amazing game, and actually if you're looking at the other ones I mentioned, Fahrenheit and Beyond Two Souls, as well as Heavy Rain, Detroit is the pinnacle of that developer. It has all the elements of the other three games all kind of brought into one, and also it is very important how you are pursuing the questioning when playing one of those three characters. And I had just one run on the game, and I had a fairly good outcome towards the end, but I think I need to do like second or third run in order to explore the difference. If I was playing, for instance, the leader of the revolution, that's very aggressive and kind of pro-revolution like from the beginning. I played him kind of amicably and peacefully, and he was being a peacemaker, and the revolution still took place. And also I played what's his name, the android character, the policeman. I played him also as a peacemaker rather than a destructive, aggressive type of cop, and therefore I got really a very good ending towards the end. But we'll swing and we'll try different behaviors, because I'm quite curious how this would work out eventually. Just didn't want to do it within the same period, because I played a game in December and I wanted to have a period where I didn't engage, but it's a massive big game, and then we'll try it again. And yeah, so our friend is asking about what chapter this is. We don't know. This is like a scrapbook with different types of stories and cutouts that they prepared together whilst they were children, but I can't really work out from the patterns what pattern may be present there and also corresponding to the door. So just look at all the illustrations, right? Because they should give you a clue, but I didn't see any clues at all. Because I thought this would be the main pattern, torch, sword, gold, but well, it may be, because actually if you look at it, these are the characters that present on the pattern, right? So I don't get it. I can see them. What would be corresponding to the pattern? Well, it has to be those items below, right? Torch, sword, and gold, but reindeer, bear, and goose. Okay, so that should be maybe reindeer, bear and goose. Let's try. Okay, we have reindeer, no bear. Bingo! You've cracked it! Crafty Goblins, achievement unlocked. I got 50 Microsoft points. Look at this. Wonderful.
And boom, we're in.
You indeed guessed it, you cracked it for me. Because I was considering those 3 items underneath, and actually it was the order in which they were seated. So you are very good in solving puzzles, I
I
have to
expected
say.
this to feel more, you know, like a win.
Speak for yourself. I'm the one who solved the riddle.
Why do I feel like you're not
Not
gonna let me
really, it
forget
was
that?
radioactive. But
Where
this
do you
is a
think
very
we should
good game,
start
it's very
looking?
enjoyable.
I don't know. Where in this mess would she stash someone else's personal thoughts?
What I want to say was that this game is very slow-paced, so there are lots and lots of things that one can explore in every single environment, every single area. You have all of those items, and frequently we get here on my channel
So she was
some people
standing
who are
here,
doing
spying through
speedruns,
the
and
window,
that's not gonna
drawing us
work.
while we played.
She
Did you see
always
this?
had her
This
on
is
her
like
mind.
memories.
My entire body just shivered.
See this? So memories, and then you can actually play the memories. So let's see what this one is.
I just can't get through. Whatever's going on, they won't let me in. They used to tell me everything, but they shut me out, Tessa. They've shut me out. I've had so much on my plate lately, and they're convinced I'm the enemy, and I don't know why. I need them. I need my goblins.
I remember now. We heard her crying. We listened through the door.
Seeing her like this, as if she's still here,
It really sucks.
she was really coming apart those last few months, wasn't she?
Just coming back to our friend Radioactive, thank you very much for the kind words. Radioactive said that he really likes the content that I provide here on the channel. Thank you so much for that, and I can certainly tell you I received quite a bit of correspondence from the regular community members, people who really kind of like what we do here, and what they do like is
So
the
she was
quality
standing
content,
here,
lots
spying
of
through the
discussion,
window, drawing us while we played.
and most importantly,
always
people
had her
like
eye
the
on
community-based
My entire body
interactivity.
just shivered.
So we always talk and do things together. And I'll tell you one thing, if you're playing puzzle-based games, there isn't anything better than having a whole community on board, because many heads together will be able to crack very, very difficult puzzles. It is, I guess, more difficult if you're doing the game on its release date or during the first couple of days, because the walkthroughs and cheats may not be available on the internet as yet. But for the older games, you get people basically look it up on the net, they get the clue. And I mean, it's all good really, but I prefer, well, sometimes if I can't crack the puzzle over a longer period of time, then obviously I will resort to walkthroughs. But I also enjoy trying to work out what the method is, for the obvious reason. And in the older days, in the 90s, there were games that had unbelievably difficult puzzles, and I remember playing them. I talked to somebody earlier today about this, and it was astrological puzzles without any clues. So how are you on earth to resolve the puzzle? And in those days there weren't walkthroughs on the net, and it was very, very tricky to progress forward. In fact, it ruined the experience of the game for me sometimes. But you get that, and I think with the present day and age games, it will always an option, because you will have an option of cracking it, just bypassing it, and that's exactly what we've had. You've seen we've had the possibility for breaking the door, and also us doing it together, and obviously doing it together worked better. I got that achievement worth 50 Microsoft points, and it seemed that we were pursuing the line of inquiry correctly, meaning both of our characters are quite peaceful. I particularly want my lead character, to be Tyler, to be very peaceful and without any sort of display of violence, whilst we've seen from Alison that she is a bit more aggressive, and that will be playing into the actual plot. You will see as we progress. So let's see what our friend says. And it says, I think the goblins hate her, and our friend says, yeah, more brains, more IQ, and I'm asking whether do I live in Europe? Well, I'm British, so I am in London, in United Kingdom. This is where I am. And our friend is asking about the actual title of the game. Well, the game is Tell Me Why. If you head to my Instagram, and you'll be able to get there easy if you go to About page on Twitch channel, my Twitch channel. Just click on Instagram links and you will get some nice screenshots. There's about 10 of them, and there's some description in there of what we'll be doing here during the season 3 of my broadcasts. So let me see what our friend says. And Radioactive says, I'm very sorry I'm not English, but what time does Europe have in the UK? Whereabout are you actually? I thought you were in Sweden for some reason. Whereabout are you? I don't know why I thought you were in Sweden. But, well, at the moment it is 20 past 7 p.m, right? Or 19:20 at the moment. So it's basically, we are facing some early evening hours. Yeah, I beg your pardon, I don't know why I thought you were in Sweden. There is another community member who has a similar nickname, on Twitch, so therefore I thought, now when you said Netherlands, I remembered. Yeah, we are basically 1 hour forward. I beg your pardon, you are 1 hour forward, so it is 8:20 p.m. in Netherlands, and it's 7:20 here in the UK. Our friend Radioactive says, I live in the Netherlands, but actually I'm from Bulgaria. Well, yeah, very cosmopolitan, very international. There you are. I mean, if you ever were in Britain, you would obviously know that we are one of the most diverse countries on Earth. We are more diverse, I think, than any other country in Europe, and certainly it's only the United States that will have a greater number of various people represented within one country. I think we are just very similar, if not the same. And we're fairly, very, very international. England in particular compared to the rest of our country, but still, we are really very, very diverse, considering our colonial history and all we had over the years, which meant, a lot of people think of Britain as being England, and that is utterly wrong, because Britain is something else, and it's a union of 4 nations here on the Isles, as well as the overseas territories and our protectorates, compared to what we had in the past with the other countries belonging to the so-called British Empire. So we are very, very international, and if you come to London, you'll see that the city is very diverse and very multicultural, and you have some areas who have like the restaurants belonging to 20 different nations, and so fantastic if you want to have a really good night out in order to eat, in order to entertain yourself, and I guess have a good night out with your friends. Then some of those areas are absolutely tip-top, and you can have a bit of Thai, a bit of Indian, a bit of Lebanese, a bit of Turkish, a bit of Italian. In fact, there are quite a few Bulgarian restaurants in North London. There are 2 or 3 in my immediate area. I've not been there yet, but they're very busy, as there are lots of Bulgarian people in Britain. Or there were. I'm not sure whether many remained after Brexit, but these restaurants are still up and running, and I've seen them being very busy with some birthday and parties and weddings and that sort of thing. Let me see what our friend says. The president is not very good, but he's holding us in one place. Well, I will refrain from the politics over here for the obvious reason, because the channel is family friendly and we are very kind of inclusive and very open. And then we'll carry on with the game, because we need to find out a few more things before we come to a conclusion. I still have about 15 minutes left. My broadcast is going to be roughly 3 hours long. So let us explore a bit more, and then we'll carry on tomorrow.
Straight in the trash?
No. I bet we could sell it on the internet.
True. Maybe we could sell it to the guy who collects John Wayne Gacy's clown paintings.
Oh, this is quite cool. I quite like the painting. The reason we are getting that resume screen is that I'm taking some screenshots, and then the screenshots are posted to automatically to Xbox Live, and then I also select a number.
All this place needs is a quick clean, and it'll be ready to go.
Xbox app.
If only.
She and Tessa were best friends, until suddenly they weren't. Wonder what happened.
Either Tessa got sick of Marianne's moods, or Marianne got sick of Tessa's judgment.
So Marianne and Tessa in there. Let's see what's in the drawer. It's a bit stiff on controls when it comes to precisely entering certain areas.
It's here.
That's the diary, that's what we were after. But still, once we read it or look at it, we'll explore the rest of the room.
I fucking knew it!
Do you think she read it?
Of course! She was nosy as hell.
Our friend says that he needs to go and have a nap, by the looks of it. And I thank you very much for popping in and saying hello, and indeed talking to us here on the channel. It's been great to have you back. And, we'll have regular broadcasts throughout the week. You just have to look at the schedule, which is going to be posted on my Twitter, and then we'll be able to team up again. So thank you so much for coming, and also wish you a very good night.
Look.
Well, look at the books. Raising your transgender child.
What?
And there was this other one as well.
Where did you find that?
Our friend says he will come back tomorrow. Well, be good to see you. So thank you so much. And,
seriously? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well.
Look, we gotta be really careful not to overthink this.
But it doesn't make any sense. She was mad, right? She was mad I cut my hair. She attacked me because I cut my hair.
She was mad and she attacked you. We both saw it.
Then what is this shit?
I don't know. Tyler, come here.
She can't do this to me. Not now. When I finally made sense of a few things.
Well, that was your first mistake. Thinking the world made any kind of sense. "10 years in the grave, and she's still finding new ways to piss us off."
Yeah. I think I need some air.
It's another chapter completed, I think. friend says he'll be departing now, so thank you so much for coming.
Really,
and
really
indeed,
sure?
we'll see you tomorrow.
I am. Do it. Okay. Here we go.
See, this is basically a vignette from the diary. Just like cutting a hair for the first time. Take a
Whoa.
screenshot.
Is it all
of this.
Yeah. It looks amazing. Really? Yeah. I can't wait to show Mom. She's been so sad lately. More than sad. She's been scary. Yeah, but not tonight though. It was almost like a party. Thank you, Allison. You don't have to thank me. You're my sister. I feel more like your brother. Brother, sister, we look out for each other. But I'm pretty sure I just gave you a really bad haircut. Mom? Mom?
This is really scary. And very creepy as well.
Okay, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just trying.
Mom?
She's gone.
No. No. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
Wait! Stop!
Glad we found your diary.
Me too.
I guess she was trying to figure out where you were at.
Yeah, well, she should have asked. I wasn't some goddamn research project. I was her child.
About the book.
Raising your transgender child? Do you even know how rare these books were in 2005? Was she trying to figure out how to support me?
Maybe.
But she wasn't trying. She never...
It doesn't make sense. I know. You cutting your hair was what set her off, right?
Allison, she read my diary. She already knew. It wasn't my hair. And if we were wrong about that... Fuck.
You think she read it. It's possible she never even opened the diary, and that things are exactly like we always thought they were.
But if she did, and they aren't...
God, Tyler. Sure. I mean, we could have been wrong. But what good does it do to ask the question now?
You mean other than not having to live with the thought that my mom tried to kill me for being me?
Tyler, I know you want there to be something to find. Something that'll make it all make sense. But she was unhinged.
So that's it then. She was crazy. Nothing else to say.
I think we'd be better off if we tried to move on.
Why don't we talk to a few people who knew her? See if that book makes any sense to them.
People don't want to talk about Marianne. They pretend like that night never happened.
So we've come to quite an important part, so we'll ask whether it's Tessa who has some answers.
What about Tessa? She was Marianne's closest friend. Let's ask her about it.
Sure. But I'll warn you, she's particularly touchy about this subject.
Well, maybe she'll talk to me. I was always her favorite.
Operative word was. But we need to go by the store anyway, to get a few things for the repairs.
Great. 2 seagulls, 1 stale hunk of bread.
I'm not sure I like that analogy.
Listen, I know you don't want to keep talking about this.
But you're obviously not going to be satisfied until we do. So let's talk.
So we have 3 options. Why rush the house sale? Is something wrong? We have a plan. So say, why rush the house sale?
So, I was thinking... Do we need to be in such a rush to sell this place?
We've been over this, and we both agreed it's time for a clean break.
I know, trust me. I'm not talking about staying for long. Just long enough to get some answers.
And you think this house has those answers?
Maybe not, but it's a place to start.
Well, it would be a shame if there was something to find and we tossed it out. How about we start digging without putting off the sale? And if it seems like we need more time, we'll talk about it then.
Okay. So, we have a plan?
Yep. We ask around about Marianne, but we also stick to our repair schedule.
If that's really what you need. Alright. Deal.
They
I'll
agreed.
start. It's been a long time since I heard that name.
Was I the only one who ever called you that?
Actually, no. I used it at Fireweed for a while, until I settled on Tyler. Most people were pretty chill about the switch. Not everyone, though.
What do you mean?
I had a mentee who refused to call me Tyler. He didn't want my help. He didn't want anyone's help.
I'm sorry. I like the name Tyler, by the way.
Thanks.
So Star Wars yesterday at Bobby's place. Luke was so great, but Mum found that we watched it and got so mad. She said it glorified Warzone. Saturday, 5th of February 2005. Mum would be happier if I could do just what she wanted me to. She looks at me, she doesn't really see me. I wish I could show her, I wish I could make her understand. I think she doesn't really want to. And Alison told me again that it was my fault. Mum got so angry at us, and Mum's barely said anything to us in a few days. Alice said she saw her throwing away pages of her goblins. To this to that, I'm sick of her voice, and I'm sick of that dumb name too. I'm Ollie the Goblin. Let's see whether we can read the first page there. I should say the first 2 pages. Didn't read that initially. Mum and Alison argued again. At least I'm not the only one Mum is screaming at right now. Mum almost seemed jealous. We didn't tell her that we were planning to do in the forest. What we didn't We didn't tell her what we were planning to do in the forest. Ali thinks we should tell her about her voice. I think she knows already. Mum seemed really upset when I asked her to join the hockey team. Like it's wrong for me to play a boys' sport. I'm going to keep asking. Try again next week. She said no again. I'm so mad at her. Why does she always say no? Why doesn't she ever let me do what I want to do? Alison and I started writing a story. Well, Alison did. She didn't like it when I tried to change anything. Why can't one of the goblins be a boy goblin? So as you could see, we have discovered now, after that cutscene, that the lead character is indeed transgender. And that's very, very new, very novel in a video game format, because he is obviously our main character. I'm very, very excited and curious to see how this is going to be portrayed later in the game. And so far, so good. We've come to the end, really, of my broadcast for today. We've had already 3 hours. My game streams, when we are going to be actively playing the game with our community, are generally going to be within that time span of about 3 hours long, and will be, well, depends sometimes on games. Some games will be a bit longer, the others a bit shorter. I also want to be doing adventure games with some degree of conclusion. We've concluded 2 chapters already in the game, and there's going to be a completely different activity after this, which our friends are going to be doing, and that seems to be like a great new page for another day. So, for everyone who is familiar with our gaming community, you'll know full well that the big event taking place this weekend is Gamescom, and we've had a big presentation yesterday, which was basically on its first night. Today is the second day, and we are looking forward to receive a lot more on Gamescom from the organizers. I will be running a selection or a couple of podcasts here on my channel dedicated to Gamescom, the first one of which is going to be either tonight or early tomorrow, talking about the first stages of it. Hopefully you watched the presentations yesterday, hopefully you've seen these wonderful trailers. I was particularly curious to see the presentation done by BioWare, one of my favorite developers, done by the team together with Casey Hudson, that talked about the new Dragon Age. We've seen absolutely wonderful, gorgeous Call of Duty Cold War trailer and some cutscenes, and we've seen lots of other goodies which were offered to us, and I'll talk in depth about all of those in a separate podcast. But hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me why, and I'm personally very curious to hear from my community what your thoughts are. This is quite a revolutionary game for the gaming world, and Microsoft ambassadors, together with the developer Don't Nod, as well as Microsoft Studios, are all very, very excited to hear from the gamers and all want to receive the feedback. So if you missed the stream, just go back to the playback VOD here on Twitch or on YouTube. You can watch it from the beginning, use it as a kind of walkthrough, but it's been a very, very smooth gameplay so far without any major hold-ups. We nearly got stuck there on that puzzle, but our friend Radioactive popped in and advised us on what we could do. It turned out to be the right formula. We cracked it immediately, got a major achievement of 50 Microsoft points, and we carried forward. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I really think the game is so far very atmospheric, very wonderful. It's a bit slow, and it does have a very lengthy build-up, which is not surprising considering that they're unraveling family secrets. It'll take them a bit of time to find out what happened many years back, and we as participants are feeling exactly the same. So it's a slow starter with a lot of interesting exploration points. Some bits were collected for the inventory, and overall a very, very good kind of prologue to all that is to follow. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, or indeed if you disliked it, send us your feedback, both to myself and to Don't Nod or Microsoft Studios. Try to be as crisp as possible, rather than biblical, and explain as to why you enjoyed certain elements, or indeed as to why you found them, a bit frazzling. And everybody is going to be very grateful for your thoughts expressed in those emails. So thank you for that in advance. And on that note, I really would like to thank everyone for popping in, saying hello, watching the stream, enjoying Tell Me Why on its first day, because today the game's been freshly released, offered to everyone on Xbox Game Pass free of charge if you're a subscriber, and therefore if you like what you've seen, you can easily just stroll and play the game also by yourselves. As it is not a multiplayer, you will obviously do a single player game, and then also you can provide a feedback. So thank you for that. I thank you for popping in and saying hello, and indeed participating with our community. we've come to the end. We'll carry on with our Tell Me Why stream tomorrow at the same time. That will be between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock PM. So come back, stay with us, join us, and share your thoughts with our community. And for tonight, we'll say, well, first of all, I wish you all a very good evening, and hope you're all safe and well and healthy, staying indoors, playing games, keeping away from crowds, and adhering to social distancing. And then I'll be looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow for another stream of Tell Me Why. On that note, I will wish you all a very, very good night.